Hey y'all, hey, I'm back. I'm outside today. It's a little chilly, but your girl needs some fresh air, so we outside, okay? So, last video I was talking to y'all about this rebirthing and reparenting thing that done happened, okay? The things that have happened, okay? And I'm like, every day, meeting a new me. Who is she? How does she have this joy? How does she have this peace? How does she have this? Okay. How does she have this then? Okay. But it's gone. If y'all know, y'all know. A few months ago, I went through a very hard and trying time. The wind is blowing, the birds is just coasting, okay? I went through a very hard, trying time, and I lost my first baby. Ooh, child, it about took me out. I ain't gonna hold you, it about took me out. But I really had to focus in on why. What is going on? What is this trying to teach you? What do you have to learn from this? Because I cannot be stuck in this grief, sadness, sorrow. I can't be stuck here. I am a newly married woman. I mean, we over a year and a half now. we were married for a year and a half. Okay, us. But I can't be stuck here because I am trying to breathe life into our marriage. I want our communication to be A1. I want to have faith and believe that it's still coming. You know, there's a lot of things. And they trying to distract us with this, why are the yard work people out? Who knows? Okay, but anyway. There was some things I was trying to breathe life into, like that I had to speak life into, that I could not let this time take me out. So I got dove right in, okay? I had to dive in, get that thing head on, because you're not about to take me out, okay? You just can't do it. I got so much beauty coming into my life. There's so many beautiful things happening in my life right now. I just cannot let this get the best of me. So I called on Jesus, okay? I called on Jesus. I'm like, what is going on? I got a call from the VA. They like, you need therapy. I'm like, yes. Maybe if I couldn't do it before, if I didn't know how, if I thought it was not for me before, yes, help me. Help me, okay? So I started going to therapy, started working them things out. And like I was just starting to have like revelations, like my first child, I was yearning for a child. And it was to pour in to my child everything that I lacked. Like I'm like, oh, I'm about to just love you down. You'll never feel neglect, you'll never feel abandonment. You're gonna feel support. You're gonna feel we got your back. You know, I'm like, my kid is gonna feel all the things. Something that became very apparent to me is they are not me. They are not me. So, girl, fix your trauma. So I had to check myself, fix your trauma. Because you was not about to smother this child with your love. Because you lack things, okay? You're gonna give them what they need, and you're gonna be the mother you need to be for them. And that's it, that's all. What you gotta do to work it out. We got to work it on them things. So in that, I'm like, okay, girl, you've been working on yourself for some years now. You've been working on your healing journey. You've been able to have conversations you never thought you would have. You've been able to forgive things that ain't asked for forgiveness, okay? You've been striding. You've been doing your thing. You've been working it out. You are a married woman. Who would have thought, okay? So I'm like, I was going strong. I thought I was figuring things out, but that really brought me to like, baby, there was still some things you need to work on. Still some things that you need to address in yourself, because we ain't gonna do that. We not doing that. All right. So I started diving a little deeper. You know, I told you I was doing my break the cycle, doing the intergenerational trauma. And, you know, some things was being shown to me, you know, even with it was calling it something weird that I'm not going to put out because it just made me cringe. But it was talking about parents, knowing that they not doing right by their kids, but being like, you think I'm a good mom? Do you think that I'm doing all I can? Like, it's weird to be asking your kids that, because you know better. That's why you asking, okay? You asking that. Now some healthy questions is, what could I do better? What could I do for you to feel supported? Those are some healthy questions. For you to be emotionally manipulating your kids with, ain't I a good mom? That's weird, okay? So we not gonna do that. So I'm like, it's looking into different things, and I'm like, yeah, my inner child just needed it, okay? All the things that I'm trying to get to my kids, girl, you got to give to yourself, okay? You got to love on you. You got to let you know that you're safe. You got to let you know that you made it, okay? Survival might have had to come out and and make you a little rowdy. Let people know they weren't getting over on you, but you're not there no more. You okay? You survived the worst of it, and you're better for it. And that took me a long time to get to the point to know I am better for it, okay? You'll learn it one way or another. And I had to learn it the way I learned it, and I'm grateful, okay? I have learned in this time to be grateful for the pain. I am who I am, standing in this moment, knowing the things I know, doing the things I'm doing, growing, stretching, becoming, because of those things. And I'm like, it won't move past me. So what you got to do to figure it out, Tasha? What you got to do to figure it out? And in this time, it was like, girl, love on you. Love on your inner child, because they still crying out, okay? Well, all the things you doing for adult Tasha, baby, little Tyler, innocent, preteen Tasha is needing some things, okay? So I got real focused. And she okay. Right. I really rebirthed, reparented her, so she is okay, and she ain't bucking up no more, okay? Now I ain't gonna say that there won't be no things that I don't come across that won't, okay? But for the most part, she good. And the fact that part has been addressed, nobody's gonna hold me down. I gotta keep it moving. I feel so good. I feel so good to have been able to take care of that, because now I'm like, wow, okay, I am getting back to the kid that imagination was so big. Everything that I thought the pain, the trauma, the world had taken from your girl, okay, it's just like, my heart is bursting, okay? My heart is bursting. I'm like, I can do anything I put my mind to. I believe that again. I believe that again. I'm like, there ain't no stopping me. Devil, there ain't no blocking me. Okay, I feel that so strong. Because I wouldn't have been able to tell me that me losing my child wouldn't have been the thing that took me clean out. I wouldn't have believed it. Like, you survived losing your baby. It took me so long to wrap my mind around being a wife and a mother that I would be good at it, that I wouldn't let the things that happened to me affect how I was parenting. That once I found out I was pregnant, I didn't need nothing else. Like, I didn't need nothing else, but I still had some things I needed to be doing. I might have got a little off focus, for sure. For sure, I got a little off focus because I was like, okay, I don't need nothing else. I'm about to be a mom. I am carrying a baby. I don't need nothing else. So I got refocused. The things, okay? The things have just been mind blown. Okay, so I got back focused. I'm doing the things I need to be doing. I can get so much done in a day. It's remarkable to me. It's remarkable to me. But that's my new version. That's my new version. I have been working on some things for the last year, but the way that I am able to be productive now, I couldn't have been a few years ago for whatever reason. Whether it was depression, the smoking, drinking, doing things that I had no business doing, being places that wasn't feeding me, being productive, being around people that wasn't feeding me, being productive, whatever it was. This last year has worked some things out where I'm like, girl, I'm like, God is so good. God is so good. And there was a path. There was a path that I needed to take, whether I wanted to or not. we be wanting to know so bad what the future holds for us. Let me have known some of this stuff that I would have went through, and I wouldn't have. I would have opted clean out. No, thank you. I'm okay right here. I'm fine. I'm living differently. You know, that would have been, living differently would have been good enough for me, because I definitely wouldn't have signed up for some of the things I had to go through to get to the greater things. I would have been like, no, I'm all right here. Okay. So God can't tell us everything. We want to know so bad. But if we knew, we would have threw in the towel. So God knows. And he sprinkled things when we ready for him. He'll nudge us. He'll block some things, you know. He'll let us know we're not ready. And it is so important for me to be ready. Okay. It's so important for me to be ready. I'm like, put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Like, the way God has breathed life back into you, girl. I cannot imagine going back. I can't imagine going back to the way that I was doing things and living. Because it's like so different. It's so good. It's so good. And it's not that things aren't coming up and that they're not hard, but I'm not who I used to be, that I deal with it the same. I've been looking at the way I've been dealing with things. at you. Look at you not giving energy that don't deserve energy. Like, I'm not giving it. I just don't have it to give. I'm like, I have to use that for something that pushes me forward. I have to use that energy to make my day better. I have to use that energy to pour love into my home. I have to use that energy to be productive. Like, I don't have energy for the back and forth and trash. I do not have energy for it. It gotta get taken out. That's the only energy I got for it. Let's get this about here. Let me tie up the bag so it can get taken out. That's all I got for it. And we have to get focused on being ready. We have to get focused on being ready. I know everybody's in a time where they like getting ready to set their New Year's resolution. Do it now. Do it now. What if the New Year's comes and the opportunity comes up when you knew months ago? When you knew months ago that there was things you were supposed to be doing and you're like, well, I'll do it. That would be my New Year's resolution. You could have already been ready. You could have already been doing all the things, and you should have been. Like, I've been blowing the horn. Like, get it together. Get it together. Do the things you need to do. Be prepared. And I hope y'all been listening, because won't it break your heart that something you wanted for so long shows up and you just didn't give any energy to what you needed to be doing? Now, there's something different from trying to move in your own strength. I'm not saying make the thing happen. I'm saying do everything you need to do for when God shows up with that opportunity, when God puts everything and orchestrates it and puts it in place, that you can just, let's get going. Like, it show up and you're ready. You're ready that it can happen that day, not be pretending and being like, oh, let me get back to you. And now you stretching it out for weeks and months and they done got over it. They like, oh, I was trying to do what I was supposed to be doing, but they wasn't ready to do what they needed to be doing. On to the next thing. I'm saying, like, you done booked the trip. Okay, you done booked the trip to the place you've been wanting to go for years. You know that there's a certain way you want to look. You know that there might be some walking. Okay, if you struggling getting up and down the stairs, baby, start walking. Okay, start making that a regular thing. How you gonna get to the trip and you can't even experience it like you want to just from laziness? Wouldn't that be crazy? Yeah, just take the steps you can take. Like, you knowing that you like fired up about a business, you know, you fired up a business, but you ain't looked into none of the things you'll need, none of the equipment. You ain't looked at the price of nothing. You ain't looked at the office stuff you'll need. Like, you ain't looked at nothing for it. You just wanting it to come, and our God is moves in a supernatural way. I would never take that away. But prayer without works is dead. I've been saying that. Prayer without works is dead. If you're doing nothing and you just think like one day you're going to roll out the bed and your life is going to change and you ain't have to give nothing to it, that ain't the truth. That ain't the truth. You got to do something. And God has been waiting on us to make moves. God been waiting on us to get a daily routine or be productive in ourselves, to be like, okay, I can trust him with a little more. God want to trust us. He want to trust us that when he gives us something, that we not going to be selfish with it, that we're going to do what we need to do for the people around us and the people that he called us to, that he can just not question, like, yeah, I put this in their hand and they going to run with it and do exactly what I intended for them to do. That's it. That's all. God knows what I deserve. God knows what you deserve. I love y'all.